Hi guys, Mr. Jaeger here, and welcome back to another channel update. Woo! And welcome to November. Holy shit, we're already in November, and a lot happened this year, to say the least. Not namely the events of the Middle East have getting stepped up a bit. Russia is doing its thing. Our current administration has decided to enact a budget, which has received harsh criticisms from many sources, one of them being common sense and logic. But aside of that, we are in a bit of a predicament, regardless, in that realm. But either way, it'll be interesting to see how we fare going into the next few weeks. But hey ho, regardless, now that we've got the timestamp set up, I always like to make a little timestamp just to sort of go, oh yeah, I remember that thing, and it'll remind me of certain events, all that jazz. Anyway, so November, we've got some. I said we've got a big event coming up near the end of the November, which is related to Star Citizen. By the way, in last month, it was not only my birthday, but it was also the CitizenCon for 2024, which I was extremely happy to go to. There was a bit of a couple of hiccups at certain points. There was a couple of long queues, some of which took bloody hours to get through. But aside of that, it was absolutely fantastic. Really enjoyed the environment. Really enjoyed meeting up with everyone, and I definitely, wouldn't regret going to the event for sure, and got to see some really cool things. So overall, I am happy with the results. But regardless. Regardless of the actual event itself, we did get some very juicy bits of content, namely being the base building and the new vehicles and what's going ahead into the future for Star Citizen. Overall, I am super pumped and excited for the game. I'm very much keen on playing. To be fair, when we got back after watching CitizenCon, we were like, oh yeah, it's not in the game yet. It was a disappointment. I was like, oh yeah, shit. I was not over. I didn't get to do that. So, alas. But regardless, I'm very much keen on it. And speaking in terms of Star Citizen, we do have, of course, the other event, which is going to be happening this month as well, which is, of course, the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, which is going to be pretty big considering some of the ships that we're going to be getting. This year is going to be a very big, important year. I always say that for some things, but this year I feel with 4.0 on the horizon and Pyro being a thing and all of the other stuff, and of course we've got ships like the Polaris, we've got other ships as well, the Pioneer being potentially now we're getting a revamp, and the base building being listed into the future. This is like the base building isn't, by the way, to clarify, base building isn't coming in 4.0, but the development that it's received over the year and everything, it just feels a lot more closer than we'd previously anticipated. But no, the whole thing just looks incredibly cool, and I'm very much excited to see it. So naturally, one of the announcements for this channel update is we're getting that. And how that works, if you haven't done it already, or haven't seen it before, I basically go to the IAE Expo, and we basically get to explore all of the different sort of ships. I talk about them and my my changing views and habits and my opinions on certain things, as well as wanting to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. This year is even more special because this year will actually be the 5th anniversary of the IAE. Now, to add a little bit of a gravitas to that, I have not missed a single IAE since 2019. Now, I don't know when the original IAE started. Either it was 2018, maybe 2017, but I started recording them back in 2019, or 2949, and I've not missed a single event. Every year I have done this thing. So for me, this is a pretty big experience and, quite a monumental achievement. So I am going to definitely try and make something of an introduction or something to try and make it a bit more snazzy because, it makes sense and I want to try and go for that. And I'll watch as I fail in that attempt, but hey ho, if I do it, fuck yeah. But regardless, I am really loving the event, and it's one of my favorite times of the year to play Star Citizen because I get to see all the toys and all the progression. Now the question will be where it will be. Now I am getting a sneaking suspicious feeling because we've had IAE at New Babbage and at ArtCore. I think we're due to have it at Crusader. Now that is not a guarantee. That is my pure speculation. But I personally think we've not had one at Horizon for a while. Now, that could be okay. They may put it there because either Crusader have got some new ships in the lineup, or we've got some other toys on the horizon. We're not too sure. But what I am thinking is a factor is that with with the release of the Polaris, you're going to want a big kind of environment to put that ship in, and I don't think any other location would easily store such things. So my suspicion is that it would be Horizon because you can then, you can basically dock it into position and have it floating rather than what's going on at the moment. So that's where my personal suspicion lies, is that, yes, this is the location of where IAE will be. And that's my personal hope and bet on that. So there you go for that one. So, nearing the end of the month, we're going to have a whole week where it will be just literally nothing but IAE in regards to that. So, there you go. In regards to other bits of content, we are making our way through Battletech. I've been recording some episodes lately, and I have gotten a whole buttload of them ready to go. We've also got Osrant, which has been doing very, very well, which I'm very happy to see all of the I'm happy to see the result. I'm really happy to see what's happened with that because I'm actually quite super. I was actually quite I was very nervous about releasing it originally because I just didn't know if it was going to be any good. But now that you guys have proven that you like it, then definitely another series may be on the horizon, or content could be planned for such a thing, which I'm very liking much on that. So thank you all very much for the feedback. Any kind of hints or constructive criticism, anything that can, like, if you're a professional, by the way, on this game, I'm always up for hints and tips. Even if I already know them, I appreciate them regardless because it just helps. It's something that maybe I haven't approached it in the right kind of format, that sort of thing. So major thanks for that. But in regards to other things, let me have a look, see what else. We've also got near the end of the finishing of our Hearts of Iron 4 campaign. Yes, that's right. The last episode in our Hearts of Iron 4 campaign is due to come, and sadly, our time with our dear old friends has come to its natural conclusion. But I am still super stoked that you guys have enjoyed it so far. It was a lot of fun to make, and while that was definitely getting frustrating near the end, it was it's definitely been an experience to say the least. And I accomplished a goal. We're accomplishing the goal. We're doing the thing that I wanted to do all those years back with East Coast Glory. So I'm very much keen on hearing what your thoughts are and seeing what the future holds for Hearts of Iron 4, because it's been a fun run. And of course, I still need to get on with some other things in terms of content. But regardless, I think that's pretty good. For live streaming, so the Factorio series has started on a slight misfire due to, I'll be honest with you, I should have probably not done the stream. Looking back, I probably should have been like, I'm too tired and I'm not quite in a position, because I was taking so long to think about what to do next. It was two factors that really kind of combined to fuck me. It was, I couldn't get my organization together properly, so it took me longer because I was quite rusty with the game. I knew the processes and I'd seen everything, but I was still quite rusty with how to complete certain things. So I was like, how do I... Right, so let me just... Okay, so then and it's that kind of delay which can cause a lot more other things to sort of stagnate and roll off the top, if that makes any sense. But the other thing that really hampered that was the fact of, oh yeah, and now you've got this bloody horrible headache, which I'd been dealing with all throughout that particular day, and it was only after I finally got round to eating something and I was getting really pissed off with it, because I was like, oh, just fuck off, just let me have my thing, let me enjoy my last day before having to go back to work. And yeah, no, it was not the most opportune moment to stream. But regardless, we are working on it. We've completed the first we've completed the first few episodes, so we're going to be doing another one at the time of this recording. I'm due to record the second episode in the series. So I will be having a good crack at that, and I'm obviously going to be taking some paras and other jazz if I'm starting to feel down. But more importantly, I'm also just like ready to see the next phase, which is going to be all about trying to get the most out of it. But no, I'm very keen on continuing. I'm very keen on this on the live streams and also being able to enjoy that. I will be doing live streams on Star Citizen as well, because it is something that I do like and I am really enjoying a lot with those particular things. I am also wanting to make, I mean, obviously, aside of the IAE, I do want to start looking into Star Citizen content as well, even more so because as we go into things like the base building side of things and doing whatever, that's going to very much more interest me as that particular mechanic gets invested and involved with. So I am very much keen on that. So anyway, I've been rambling now for about just on over the 11-minute mark, or at least the time of the recording it's been hit. So yes, that's I think trying to think, is there anything else? I mean, in terms of future content, there isn't really any major sort of things aside of IAE that I'll be focusing on this particular month. I'll be trying to finish up the series on Hearts of Iron 4. We are going to then get more episode of Ostfront being released, and of course I'll be focusing a lot on Battletech. I am starting to, I think what I am going to try and do, and this will be more for December than anything, is I am probably going to try and no-life Battletech for a while. Just because I want to, because I did a bit of that I did that obviously with the Hearts of Iron 4 series. I recorded the entire series of the Ostfront out of recording, which, to be fair, given the success of that, I might do that again. And with regards to Battletech, I've been doing that series now for so long, I kind of want to see if I can get a good chunk of it done in the time frame for that. Because while I won't be able to be around for the entirety of that month, I do want to get as much as I can done, so I can then obviously we can potentially reach a finality on that series and be able to sort of start shifting things in a different direction potentially. Anyway, so thank you all so very much for watching. And to be fair, I probably might try and start doing that this month as well, depending on how much spare time I've got for some things. But still, regardless of that, we're going to hope to see you guys in the future with that. So anyway, thank you all so very much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. This is Mr. Jaeger signing out. Have a good one, guys.